It was about abusive relationships and why you as a friend shouldn't just completely disappear and just cross out your friend because they're in a relationship that you don't like, or their partner's being, or you're just like tired of the aftermath, like the effects it has on you. Like maybe like you're getting part of that too because that person they don't whatever. I don't want to get too deep into it, but I'm wondering like why nobody really talks about it, and I don't know the shame or the trauma or whatever it may be. Like I know it's hard to talk about as well, and especially like it's just like dang, I really felt that for real. Like when you're healing and you're like holy shit, I'm gonna try not to swear. Okay, I can swear, but you're like wait, what the actual like you begin to see the pattern, and you're just like why the ever loving heck did I not see that? Why are there so many of these people in this world? I don't understand. And then you see social media and all the constant information, especially with the files and 45 and the personal accounts and all these things. And you're like, great, great, okay, could have had a trigger warning for that. But it happens. We're so used to just telling things, right? Then you see the people talking about real life experiences. People have been through it. So I lost my train of thought. How these hard conversations are treated when people do finally share their story or when it gets revealed some way somehow, right? And it's not treated with care. So you have all these things from all these angles, and then you have your friend. Hopefully, they're a safe space. Hopefully, they're there for you in your time of need. And unfortunately, not so great situations, they're not always easy to leave. Yes, the ones that are cut and dry, okay, I understand. You want a friend who is a little bit more mature in that area. However, life does not work that way, unfortunately. And instead of ha-haing or discarding them, it should be treated with care while also enforcing boundaries because we know, especially the sensitives, we understand and feel, especially the ones who have been through it. If not, then you feel like the empathy part, like actually energetically. And so it's not as heavy, obviously, because you're not experiencing it, but you still have semblance of what's going on. And so now you are like, what the heck? Why do you keep doing this? Right? Even some people in these relationships are like, why the heck do I keep doing this? Why the heck am I still here? Why does this keep happening? And then, like myself, I was in a relationship and I this is where I was going with this because I was in a relationship where I was like, we meet Kensington Market, summer day, bright as air. It is sunny, beautiful. Up comes this man sauntering over, like, what's up? And you had just become woke. You had gone through the phase, the rabbit hole. You're like, oh my gosh, we are not from here. We're aliens, spiritual, hotel, all those things. Back in the day when you was a baby, little woke being. So you had just asked out about a boyfriend, and you was like, oh my god, he's gotten. I can't believe this, and you think so because everything goes so well, right? And y'all hop, skip, and a jump, and you end up moving in together against better advisement, against better judgment. I mean, I'm what in my early 20s, and I'm still learning. My frontal lobe still developing, So how am I supposed to? I mean, yeah, I could listen to my mother, or I could listen to my intuition, but at that time, my intuition had been shot to heck because of all those small and big instances where I harassed or whatever the case may be. And that threw off my discernment and it tumbled into a whole thing about whatever. I'm not going to get into it. But basically, my intuition it was there, but it was not able to warn me in the way it could have. Plus, I'm thinking, oh, this is amazing. He's my one, my only. This is going to be litty. That wasn't even in his mind you. He wanted polygamy under the guise of polyamory. Later, I realized that I'm polyamorous and I can't do polygamy, but I won't get into that either right now. But by that time, mind you, he likely already knew this information, right? But by that time, I had fallen for him, and I'm thinking, we can this. I got this, No, no, like not a year, and maybe he brings that up. I'm like, oh, I mean, I guess I had considered it. I actually considered a lot after that, and I realized like, because if I was polyamorous for a man, I would not. I would have still been OPP and just live my best life. No, I'm polyamorous because I realized that I've always loved two people at the same time. I thought I only had to choose one. I didn't realize polyamory was an option. And so, anyways, I fall for him. Everything was kosher. And my intuition is messed up. Right. And here I am thinking, this is life with this person. I can trust this person. I wouldn't be living with him if I couldn't, right? And financial situations turn into hustle, grind, go, 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 go. No sleep can become a chore. All the, wifely, partnerly duties that you do or whatever, or you think you do. So you do all that, and but you are laying yourself thin, and you are not realizing how much it's affecting you. And see, I don't know if I'm pausing, if I am getting anxious because I shouldn't be telling y'all this, or if I should be, and I just like keep pushing through because it is a lot. I'm actually not, I didn't realize I would get triggered, but I think there's a reason I need to say this, so I'm saying it. Everything is escalator, relationship escalator, things are going how they should be when you're commingling, right? However, now these household things, they become chores, they become punishments, they become anxiety inducing, they become like all of these things, and now you're like, wow, is this what this is supposed to be like? I guess I should just try harder. I guess I should just do better. Yeah, you think all these things because this is how you're raised as a little one. And then you're thinking, okay, yeah, this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to endure. You're supposed to just keep going. You're supposed to push past the pain and discomfort, right? So you do that, and you keep chipping away at those parts of you that make you you. Suddenly, you're not keeping up with your appearance. You have isolated yourself with your partner. You cut off all male people, because even family, mind you, you had already cut off family because that's part of your healing phase. So now it's just you two rocking it. You don't realize all the things that you're missing because you have this thought in your mind that is this how this is supposed to be, and it they love me, so maybe like it's not that bad, but it is that bad. So suddenly you are very quiet to the point where you cannot speak. You have to actually type your response, and you think nothing of it. You just think whatever, and of course you're healing through trauma, so you don't realize that there's something wrong here. And so now there's the subtle words and things that they say to you, that you laugh it off, brush it off. Oh, well, I mean, I do that. Oh, I mean, well, I don't want to be seen as that. So, okay, I guess. But you silently shrink and you get sadder and sadder, and you don't realize until that is just the way of life. And you're wondering why. And suddenly, things get so bad. Things go so bad, you literally start getting hurt. You almost lose your life, and your life flashes before your eyes. And finally, this is the moment they have decided, oh no, I went too far. And now you are contemplating every single domino, every chain, everything that has led up to this point, and you are through. You finally say, oh my gosh, I deserve better. I should not even be here. What the heck am I doing? I should have listened. Now look at what has happened. Alone with nobody around. I have to like literally leave with nothing because I have just to one bad situation after the other after that, because now everything's tumbling down from the aftermath of being in misalignments with like shrinking yourself, with allowing yourself to be treated in such a way, and you don't realize, you think it's normal, and even if other people are telling you it is not okay, you defend it, you don't realize, and then suddenly, not in my case, I was the one who left other people leave you, you're left alone with this person who's making your life a living heck, and you may or may not realize that. But now your support system is gone, and now you are left picking up the pieces on your own. And hopefully, you are made aware of the programs and resources out there that are helpful for you. And if not, you have to go through life trying to figure it out yourself, because maybe that is your MO. You try to do it yourself, and you don't even realize there's a process. And now you're trying to figure it out. You're healing on your own, and you don't think nothing's wrong with you, but something's wrong because clearly nothing's going right. And then try you mention it to your doctor and you try going to a psychiatrist or whatever. They don't really do much. They say you have anxiety and depression. Okay. But then nothing really happens after that. And now you're stuck there, autopilot. Before, after, during, whatever the case may be. For me, I was on autopilot and I didn't realize. And when I finally was like, wait, let me try to get some help, maybe something's wrong. They say nothing's wrong. And then, mind you, I also got late diagnosis ADHD and a few other diagnoses. I won't get into that. But that's all happening while this is all happening. And for other people, it could be schizophrenia, bipolar, whatever they may be going through, diagnosed or undiagnosed, misdiagnosed, you don't know. You have no idea what this person's going through. They may not know. And even if they do, it's hard as hell to leave sometimes. And now you have no support system. You have no resources. You don't realize you due to shame or whatever, you're like, wait, I probably should have called the police, or I probably should have called a friend or something, somebody I trust, to come help me with this situation. And instead, you have now isolated yourself, or you have become isolated. And that is why I'm like, okay, yeah, I understand. Even if it is hard to see your friend go through some ish, or whether they are listening or not, or whether they have to wait for something in order to leave, like, it is so imperative that you try to stay there for them as something, like give resources, give references, referrals, talk to them about what is going on, like tell them, yo, like this isn't okay, like watch these videos, or what, like now social media is so like lit. You can find these information and you can learn what you were never taught, and that is so helpful. Maybe they can't hear from you, maybe it's not sinking in, maybe like it's not like, people need help sometimes, so therefore just send them something, like, or share it to your story or whatever. So it's like, they watch your story, but you don't really want to send it to them because you're like, okay, they're gonna think I'm wild. They're gonna think like something's not okay, like, oh, you're judging me or something, right? But no, you're just trying to help them, plant little seeds to let them know, like, yo, the aunties and them are trying to tell you this isn't okay, and you need to wake up, and you need to try to figure something out. If you need that help, I'll find it for you, or I'll try to figure something out. I'll be your safe space, or I'll try to talk to you, let you vent, but I might not have the capacity to let you vent about the aftermath of what happened, but you could talk to me about the journey and before, like, yo, I met this dude and he was love bombing me. I just realized, but I thought it was real, and I thought I had learned, or I thought this was different. Whatever the fucking case is, and then let me know what was happening during that. Like why? Like what happened? Like, but don't tell me unless I like ask you. Like that is my boundary. Your boundary could be like, oh no, I can't talk about it at all. Here's a referral to a therapist, or here's a referral to walk-in, or something free or affordable if someone may not afford it. So now they have options. You don't just go like ghost. And I know I'm bad at ghosting, but at the same time, right now, I'm not really ghosting. I'm just protecting my peace. I'm healing and I need that time alone. And sometimes I don't even realize when I'm isolating. And that's a problem. I know I'm working on it. But that's another thing too. Like that is what I do. I isolate and I think I got it, whatever. Who knows who your friend is? You know who your friend is. So you try to show up in the ways that you can, in the ways that won't leave you burnt out. You are fine while also helping them, like, boundaries and things like that. But whatever the case may be for you, I was just talking about how it is for me and examples of what may help. And there's way more even than that. And like, if you see some things in comment sections, give like trigger warnings, content warnings also. Like I try to remember to do that, but sometimes I forget or whatever, or it's something I share or whatever. But like try to do something, like explain to other people, try to do something, like, because people see these comments you're leaving, and it's just like, don't reinforce the negativity. Try to be positive.